Star Wars Force Arena players, welcome to a brand new video. So recently I did a Jyn Erso deck, but because of a new introduction of the Phoenix Squadron, I wanted to put Jyn's special ability, which is her Underdog ability, to the test to see if it gives them a slight boost, because let's face it, they are one of the weakest cards in the game, and for 5 energy there's no way on God's given earth they can justify 5 energy cost, considering the fact you've got a Bantha for 5, Gregorian Rebel for 4, and they deal so much more damage and have much more survivability. So in this video you will see me playing some 2v2 games and putting this deck to the test, and to be honest I've had a lot of success. So the thing about Jyn is, if you don't know, it's her melee attack. She deals much more damage when she's in range with her truncheon and beating the hell out of things, rather than a pistol, because her pistol's relatively weak. So right now Netmarble have reduced the cost of the sniper, so there are a ton of snipers running around now on both sides, the Empire using snipers and also as are the Rebels. And Darth Vader hasn't done anything here, but as you can see, in goes Phoenix Squadron and you blink and they're dead. So let's do some hits on his turret here, dropping my iron mine, just take the turret down to as much as I can before I do die. Darth Vader is almost max health, so dying there isn't really an issue. He's not going to benefit from that at all. It's when he's on low health that's when he really benefits from things like that. So they've got a slight push coming down the middle. I'll just take on this Blazeman here. As you see, she's used a pistol, but he barely scratched it. And for some bizarre reason I then lock onto the Sand Trooper, and then I do die. And in comes Darth Dyson, who just does what he does best, sucks everything up and then just kills everything in one hit. Why Slash has not been nerfed is beyond me, but hey, these things are sent to try us. So I'll just snipe Vader, focus on that ATST. Now for some bizarre reason I wanted to get really up close to the ATST walker, but I couldn't move. I just couldn't move, and despite Darth Dyson sucking me in, I just stood there and I just couldn't get into melee range to deal more damage on it. Which is one of the reasons why I don't really play Jyn much, because if you play her a lot, obviously you adapt and you get used to her movement, but I find her movement is just horrific. And she'll get stuck and bump into things that you think, oh, really? You bumped into that? Some blade of grass, and it slows her down. But got Vader Terrell, wanted him there, so let the turret lock onto my troopers. In I go to the middle turret, get into melee range again, beat down on it. As you can see, I do destroy it. Darth Dyson sucks everybody in and kills everyone. So I'll just do as much damage as I can on the shield generator, and it is a GG right there, as quick as that. So some players tend to push the lanes, some players, that's all they do. A lot of players will just play blinkered play and just push that lane and that lane only. So it's always good to mix things up. And one thing I do like to do is try and fool my opponent into thinking I'm going to go down the right lane or left lane, then I'll push for the middle. Because let's face it, you push for the middle, and then you're onto the shield generator and it's a GG, as you saw there. But that middle turret is much, much stronger. And one of the reasons why I've adapted this deck now is because obviously a lot of players know that pod drop now is toothless. It's more of a defensive thing now than it is to attack a turret, although it's still viable, but it just will not deal nowhere near as much damage as it used to. And Netmarble did increase the damage it does on leaders, for example, so it's good to have that as a defensive to focus on leaders. So here we go, slight push in his right lane, in comes the Grand Inquisitor, throw down my iron mine, I'm going to try and get onto the turret, just deal as much damage as I possibly can again, before I do die. Again, because Vader's on a lot of health, there isn't much to worry about there, giving him that opportunity. But they will push down his right side, I've got 2 tanks down here, so Han's pushed top left and taking down that turret. So I've got absolutely everything to do down here, and I've got nothing to defend with. So I'll drop down some Rebel Troopers, and that turret does go, because there's no way in God's earth I'm going to be able to take out 2 light tanks on my own. Deal with that rocket trooper in the centre, so that tank is now destroyed. Got a slight push, don't want to deploy any more units yet in case I do an airstrike, otherwise I'll just end it right there. Focus on Darth, see you Darth. In goes the iron mine, I will focus on the turret, power does die, but I'll drop down my partisan trooper and that will be enough to see off this turret as I die again. I don't like to die too often, but sometimes if you've got a push like that and it gives you the turret, you just got to go for it, especially the fact they've got a repair droid. Because one thing you can't afford to let them do really is repair up their turret, and a lot of players tend to do that, which is relatively irritating. So the Phoenix Squadron there took out that light tank relatively easy. because it wasn't focused on them, I suppose. Killing Darth Dyson again. Get rid of his Blazeman. The Blazeman are so strong right now. Chewbacca taunts the Grand Inquisitor. In go Phoenix Squadron onto Darth Vader. Let's see what happens here. As you can see, nothing. They really are rubbish. But the reason why I put them in with Jyn, because she's probably the leader that will make them work the best because of her 18% boost to ranged units. So they have much more power. So therefore, as you can see there, they just melt the new Imperial Sentry. So there you can see they really do have a benefit for things like that. But again, for 5 energy costs, there's no way they are worth 5 energy. You know, for a unit so weak, I'm just perplexed by it really. But good push in the middle now. Shield generators are almost vulnerable, and here we go in for the final attack. Darth Vader is trying to focus on Han, but this would be a GG as we do beat down on the shield generator. And another win. All these games were back to back. It took me a bit of time to adapt. I had about 3 or 4 games before I played Jyn again in the videos, because I wanted to get back used to her playstyle and also to how she moves. Now, you're not seeing double. I am actually paired with the same Han Solo again, which does happen when you play games back to back. And we're now playing against a different couple of characters here now for the final battle in this video. So again, always looking to see what they do first. Empire 10-2 now do big pushes from the back so they can drop down the main units. And the biggest ploy now is to have either a probe droid, sentry droid and a sand trooper in that order, and they lead a charge, and they might drop down a Drewback or light tank or ATST walker in there. So sometimes you have to get on the front foot if we see that happen. Let's take its rocket trooper. 1, 2, 3, 4 shots to kill a rocket trooper. That's how weak Jyn is with her pistol. Most units will just dispose of that in one go, and that includes leaders. But Jyn takes her 4 attempts. So I'm not pushing, I'm just going to let the troopers do a business at the top left. Throwing down a Phoenix Squadron as well, top left, just to see what they can get up to. The Wookiee Warriors in there, Sand Troopers in there, the Partisans in there, and our turret does go down, which is awesome for us. So it's a really good push. But because the turret wasn't focused on oh, she gets stuck on that as well now. Because the turret wasn't focused on the Phoenix Squadron, it let them deal the damage, therefore taking advantage of Jyn's special ability, the Underdog, giving them an 18% more attack. And she gets stuck on that too. See, this is what I don't like playing about. She just rolls onto things and you're like, really, Jyn? Is that what you're going to get stuck on a blade of grass there, or a pot or something? Darth Dyson sucks everybody in, and we do die, as does Darth. Which is good, because then we've got the turret down, but we might not have enough to take out the shield generator. We're both low in health here. They've got a huge push to going down the right hand side with an ATST walker. Turret does go down, and we all do eventually die, as does Chewbacca. And Pow is doing his best to get rid of Vader, but Vader drops a turret, and that should see a swift end to that attack. But the good thing is, Vader is vulnerable. They've got no health pack, so I'm going to make a push down this centre now. Got my Phoenix Squadron ready, got Pathfinders ready. Just get rid of Darth, see a Darth. But I want something quick and easy. Rebel Troopers for the turret to lock onto, and I'll just focus on the shield, and that is another GG. There you go. So I hope you liked the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I should see you in the next Star Wars Force Arena video. And please pause the video to check out any of the decks that everyone is using. And one last look at Jyn's deck. Give it a go, see what you think, and let me know in the comments below how you're finding the new Phoenix Squadron and the new units. May the Force be with you.